Welcome. So, logic versus emotions. Now, I think we all can agree that men work in more logic and facts, whereas women work in their emotions. And I think we can all agree on that, really. And that's because we've got different jobs to do. We need to build and whatever. Logic and facts plays a good part there. We need that. And women are going to raise the children. Well, they used to. Now they just drop them off at daycare and go to work. And then they come home and they got the kids for, I don't know, a couple of hours before they put them to bed. And so that's not really great. But so they're nurturing and everything else. So that's why they've got emotions. That's why they work on that, which is good. But I'll be honest with you, emotions doesn't really get the job done. There's lots of jobs where emotional people aren't really suited. But because the government's got a quota, they have to fill these places with females, right? Which isn't a good thing. And the company's insurance has skyrocketed, and that's because women are a risk in the workplace now. It's not long before they're there before there's trouble, and there's also, you got inappropriate behavior and all that sort of thing, and there's charges coming out, and that means there's downtime for the company, downtime for the people, which isn't good for the company, so. And also, if I remember correctly, I remember reading there was a policewoman who actually shot another guy in his own apartment, I believe it was. I think she lived next door to him. I think she might have gone into the wrong apartment or something, probably panicked, and her emotions kicked in and took over. And she shot the guy who he died. I believe she was sacked, but it doesn't bring the guy back. Yeah, I don't think having really emotions and a gun in your hand is a good thing, And I also remember when the women wanted to join all these, like the military in the front line, and they wanted to join the fire brigade and be whatever. And the men were helping the women. They lowered the standards for the women to get in the fire brigade. And the men were helping the women get over the wall and things like that. I mean, it was ridiculous, right? And there's some jobs that women are great at. I mean, they're great communicators. They're great speakers. So yeah, they're good at teaching, I believe. So I think they're good in that areas. But some jobs they're not, and a lot of jobs they're not. And men same. So just go where we're suited. But I mean, let's be honest. Do you know of any women chess players? I think there's a few, but there's not many. And could Einstein have been a woman? No. The apple would have fallen off the tree. The woman would have seen the apple fall off the tree, and she would have gone over there and eaten it. She wouldn't have wondered why it fell off, or what made it fall off and go to the ground. So anyway, yeah. So like I say, they went into the military in the front line as well, and there was hassle there as well, I believe. Some lawsuits were going on against the military and all that. Women are not really doing themselves a great favour. They should be an asset in the workplace, not, a risk. And the insurance companies say they're a risk, and they are. So, logic versus emotions. Well, I think I'd rather have logic and facts than to be an emotional wreck a lot of the times. What is your thoughts on that? Do you think emotions should be the good thing? I don't think they're a good thing, but not in a lot of areas, I wouldn't have thought. Spark would have played a good part, I think, yeah. Spark, he's a little bit too logical, old Spark, wasn't he? He didn't have too many. Actually, he did have emotions, but he didn't show them. That was the thing. And, yeah. So that's my thoughts on that. I think that women should be in certain jobs, certainly, but not in every job, because emotions stagnates a company. too many emotions that stagnate. And you want the company to move on. Companies need to make profit. And I think that's what companies are seeing now, is that they stopped making profit, and they need to make profit. So that's my thought. Bye.